You can start.
Hello, everyone. I'm Chien-Hui Yu from Taiwan. I'm English teacher in Chongqing Junior High School. Thanks for IIU International Internship University and the most beautiful man president of Women Entrepreneur Council IIU, country director Romania IIU Romania teacher, Miss Oprican Armenia. Thanks for your inviting me and I'm so honored. And I was graduated from National Taiwan University Foreign Languages and Literature Department and Minchuan University, Graduate School of Communication Management. I've used to work as an online media reporter, interview and editor, politics, video games, and text softwares. I also work as a network producer and product manager for video games and animation, comic channels for 7 years. It's quite different for an educator because I work different jobs before I as an English teacher. Afterward, I work as an English teacher in a public secondary school, and I've taught 17 years old now, and also integrated these work experiences in English teaching and help different kind of students to learn English. And I am good at integrated and cooperated with different curriculum lesson plans. I have one outstanding teacher award twice in New Taipei City, CCOC. It's called Connecting Classroom Online Community. It's just like ISA. Prize 2016 to 2017. I also participated in the IEarn International Education Platform and engaged in PBL project-based learning. And I also keep teaching remedial students for 6 years. Students' learning styles, you know, that are varieties and always for sure they are different. Each of them has different skills. Okay, let me show my slide. And my topic today is application of multimodal teaching in English remedial teaching. Okay, thanks IIU. It's so honored. And I would like to share my ideas with global educators. Maybe in this COVID-19, we all faced a big problem. Okay, it's Taiwan, we located here, but we also face the COVID-19 global situations. So the impact of COVID-19 2021 to 2022. Data released by UNESCO interactive monitoring map shows that the year after the outbreak of the corona epidemic, more than 800 million students around the world are still isolated at home for distance learning. In recent years, it is in the ascended to provide platforms and tools for learning at any time by means of digital learning methods, focusing on learners and due to the impact of COVID-19. The innovation of teaching styles has been accelerated. Okay, we can see that a lot of LMS, we call the learning management systems, are so broke up and because of the long distance learning. Educators need to control and manage the learning from students. So LMS, we can call learning management system, is a software application that manages, record, tracks, and you also can have reports from students, evaluation, their work and the homework, automates and delivers education courses, training, and learning development plans. Using digital multimodality to enhance and motivate your students' learning, introduce teachers to both traditional and digital forms of multimodal text and publications. The online platforms that they can be hosted on, including learning management systems on LMS, such as Moodle, Google Classroom, or Schoology. Okay, we all know that it's very famous. that encourage educators. 7 ways mindfulness can help teachers. During the COVID-19, some educators faced a big stress, not only students, not only parents, but including all of the educators. So just like the Patricia Jenny said, explain why teachers should cultivate moment-to-moment awareness of thoughts, feelings, and surroundings. Let's see, there are 7 ways to encourage teachers can help yourself and the other educators. The one is helps understand their own emotions better. The 2 helps communicate effectively with students. Number 3, helps attend to students' needs. Number 4, sets up positive learning environment. It's very important. Number 5, strengthening relationship with students and others. We can call it peer work or peers. Number 6, helps to slow down when necessary. No hurry. Okay, number 7, connects with the community. Okay, let's see. The modern LMS in learning will not just enhance learning engagement. Modern LMS can support a variety of new learning styles, including community and distance learning, collaborations, curated learning pathways and advice, as well as learning at work, gamification, microlearning, highly focused learning on smaller topics, such as courses on specific issues. Okay, that's my just opinion. Teachers need care of yourself and themselves. For an English teacher, we always engaged in students' learning. And as for me, I also teach the different ranges students, and I prepared the remedial teaching for just 6 years. It is even more necessary to pay attention to the different stages, and the teachers, just like you have to maintain your harmony, balances, and your inner emotions. If you cannot calm down, you not take care of yourself, you cannot take care of your students. Okay, differentiation teaching in remedial class is necessary. It's just my real teaching experience. And let me share about you. Even among students in remedial instruction, the ability of a class to learn variety greatly. You know that therefore we also need differentiation teaching in the class, not just the same book, not just the same levels. Every students are individuals. So teachers are very smart and maybe have some wisdom. We're just like a magician, or maybe sometimes we're like the fairy tales or the priest. We have to pray our students can keep healthy, and also can pray for that they can concentrate and focusing on learning. Teachers and educators, you are just like the magicians. Okay, but technical tools can assist teachers in teaching, but they cannot do everything. We can use as a toolkit. They can help you, but they are not everything. So they definitely do not completely replace the role of teachers. In my practical teaching experience, I will prove that the guidance of teachers and the sharing and interaction of peers can stimulate the learning motivation and learning effectiveness. I think that human beings is very, very precious. We can just use it as a tool, but you cannot everything just depend on the technical tools. That's just for my opinion. Okay, Taiwan Ministry of Education this year, of course, because of the COVID-19, some students, they live maybe in the mountains or maybe in the rural villages. Their parents cannot buy any notebooks, so they will influence their grades and the learnings. So our government in Taiwan, they put some emphasis on digital care. Taiwan's Ministry of Education, and these 2 years have actively promoted digital learning in schools at all levels in these 2 years. Learning-related policies, including establishing an information teaching environment for primary and secondary schools, promoting online learning, and the emphasis on digital care, and the planning to promote all-round digital learning and education. And the good news for just this year is every class, every student will get an iPad just this year. Okay, I will show you that there are three convenient learning platform in Taiwan now. The first one, we call that Learning Bar. And Learning Bar is committed to make it easier for teachers and also students to take care of each child's needs through technology. Because of COVID-19, some students, they have no teachers, always company, and we have to take care of their health, and we have to always notes that, did you finish your homework? No way. They will play video games, right? So in Taiwan, we have a very convenient learning platform bar now. Okay, participate together so that children's learning is not alone. Why we can call that participate together? I cannot see any teachers, but they have some lesson plan. Can then students, even they are do it online, they will say that teacher will accompany. Why? Because we provided the content of the teacher's teaching videos. Okay, so such kind of content of various subjects in elementaries, middle, and the high school 3 learning levels, as well as characteristic theme courses in line with current events plus reading guidance and the speech recognition tools, allowing teachers to integrate fast online lesson preparations in one stop, allowing students to cultivate self-confidence in highly interactive listening, speaking, reading, and the writing. Academic ability and recall the learning process at the same time. But you may say, wow, it's amazing. I want to learn. Can you give me the link? Sorry, it's all for Chinese. So that's why I cannot offer you. And you have to have a Taiwan's educators account. Okay. So the 1.2, this is their picture, learning bar, using technology to help education, learn education, change society is learning bar slogan. It's very, very positive. Okay, it is their webpage. Learning bar English reading. They have 5 subjects: Chinese, English, science, and other homework. You know that because this 2 months is our summer vacation, and summer vacation for students is not just to play every hours. They can do their homework, but they have no teachers at home, so they can use this learning bar, and they can evaluate themselves. And if they cannot ask other students or teachers, they can ask these online teachers. It's very, very good tools. Okay, we can say that it's a lot of English stories, English readings. And this is for remedial students. English alphabet, natural pronunciation, teaching video, study sheet, online test. You can do it by yourself. I think it's very, very easier for some students. And this is the second one, we call the Jing-Yi. And it's for higher and different level students. Why? Because you know that they have for teachers, students, and even take care of parents. So you can choose, even you are parents, you can log in. And the blue one is for summer vacation. You know, students are always waste time on summer vacation. So maybe this kind of platform, they can study at home. Okay, more patient learning partner is for Jing-Yi platform. Go at your own pace, make a learning easier, and the uniform is your most patient learning partner. Here you can teach yourself at your own space. And you know that is called your learning speed. Overcome weaknesses step by step and even learn ahead of time. If you make progress, you can study more. Okay, it's some numbers. 17.75% in Taiwan still have rural villages and some schools. They cannot, no money to go to cram school or to fix their some weakness subject. So this is the very, very good, helpful for students. And they have some donated platform. For rural children, summer vacation is the best time to catch up. There are 1,168 rural schools in Taiwan, and there are as many as 130,000 teachers and students in rural areas. And faced with difficulties such as uneven distribution of resources, even the government cannot help every rural or every teachers to help these students. So class duplication and the poverty cycles, summer vacation is often a time for students to in remote areas to make up for the progress they have fallen behind in the past. Okay, let me talk about more about Jing-Yi Academy. Support remote school is their focusing. In the whole year of last year, Jing-Yi supported about 25% of teachers and students in remote schools in Taiwan. On average, 1 in every 4 people used Jing-Yi, this academy. But 75% of teachers and students in remote villages or areas were waiting for support. They got a lot of support. And maybe some children cannot have, that a notebook, computer, or maybe Wi-Fi. So they need help. Summer vacation is a critical time for children to learn. That's for Jing-Yi. It said that they will invite you to join their platform and their plan, and they will hand in hand with their children. Okay, this is their platform and the web pages, and they got the thematic learning mode, and you can choose different ages and grades. And sorry, it's for our rural children, so all written in Chinese. Okay, so they have a thematic from different primary, junior high school, and senior high school. And in English learning, they got the phonics, vocabulary, and the reading, grammar, writing, and listening. You can choose whatever you want to make progress. Okay, this is the very, very cool English. It's really cool because in Taiwan, this platform is only for remedial students. And I think it's really cool is that it is a well-planned and not only listening, writing, and they also have a lot of quizzes. It's really cool. The textbooks in the area are compiled in accordance with the latest version of the 105. It's in Taiwan's policy. It called that the basic learning to remedial teaching. And we have this kind of learning assistance platform. And it's for our government, national education administrator. And so the students can master the learning points of each grade. And all of these are free. At the end of the teaching material, there are quiz questions to help you check your students' learning affected. So you can do it by yourself. Teachers can also give some homework or some worksheet when during the summer vacation. And this is their cool platform. This is for elementary school students, and also included listening, oral practice, reading and writing, and the variety worksheet, and the very, very reachable. And this is for senior high school students. So all included, listening, reading, writing, and of course, for some examination of, if you want to have an entrance examination. And of course, they have a games. Students love games, right? So they will confront that students maybe study very harder and a little tired. So it can also give you some games, and it's very interesting. It had a karaoke songs, and they give you subtitles and lyrics, and you can type on the lyrics and to practice your English. And you also have an AR VR line robot, and you can practice with the robot. And of course, you can play video games, all of related English. So it's very cool English platform. And as follows, I will introduce that our government doing, and what did I do for my students. And let me show you that this is very easy, and I think it's also very famous. It's a RAZ reading platform. Students love them because if you got the right answer, you will got the stars and the rockets, and you can also design your environment, your rocket, and your room. And students all love it. And if you want to collect more stars, you have to study more and more books. And it also encouraged my students. Every time they want to get more records and the stars. And it's not just collect 1 or 2 stars. It will some have a bonus. If you got very thoroughly and the correct answers, maybe this time you will get 1 million stars. It's amazing. And students will surprise, even they will screaming, wow, I'm so happy and so surprised. Okay, this is the real situation. It's our English situation classroom. It's very beautiful, right? And students, I will guide them the same book, and then they can choose their levels. It's called, we call differentiation teaching, learning. They can choose whatever they want to read, and you can collect your stars. Okay, and this for girls. So next is our reading. And I love this activity. Students also love it. And I designed it by PBL, project-based learning. And I love this picture books. It's a reading by slowly, slowly, slowly. And it is many years ago by me. A teacher's guide first, and you have to tell a story. Students can listen, and if they cannot listen very carefully, you have to slow down and one word by word. But because the pictures are so beautiful, students are so focusing on the picture. You see, they are very focusing, and they love to listen to the story. The same book story, the first. And then students, I will just one by one. You don't need grouping now. Choose and wrote one, just one. Because if you talk to them, okay, please write 3 to 5, they will say, oh, it's too hard to achieve. I don't want to do it. So you just lower their goals and just wrote one. And they will think, oh, it's so easy, just a piece of cake, I can make it. So you see, every student wrote much more than 3 words, and I got it, and I went, because students don't know that it's just a teacher's trick. Okay, so students' engagement is very, very important, and they want to learn and want to know these words. All of these words are they love to learn. For example, in the middle student, can you see that? he chose the Jaga because he loved it. So he want to learn this, maybe a little hard, but for him, it's the keyword he want to learn and want to know. So don't push. Students have to memorize these two vocabularies, no needed. Students, life will find this way. They want to learn these words, just let they go, okay? And the two is pairs and partnership. I call it care and support, share, ask, and love. Because for remedial students, they need support. You cannot then they study alone or isolated because some of the students cannot speak or maybe can write. So you have to give them two-pair support. But if some students got emotional problems, teachers have to engage and maybe separate A or B. Okay, so we call it classroom management. Okay, I think that you can see that they read very concentrate and very, very enjoy about reading, right? So teachers are all happy to see such kind of we call that it's a harmonious situation. And no one left behind. Every teacher want to such this kind situation happens, right? And ask help and support and students write. And what type? Because one student, he said he cannot write very well. Teachers, can I type? Okay, go ahead. And he typed not only question 5, he typed can question 10. And teachers won again because your students want to learn more. Okay, why not then he type? And this is another reading in pair and sharing. And you can say that they are not just read the same book. The first project, I let them read the same book and they have to pairs and share. But now they are level up. So maybe after 3 lessons or 3 classes, you can then they pick one. And I prepared different kind of the books they can choose. It's also called the choices and students engagement. It's very, very important for students can create their confidence and they will have very, very enjoy what kind of the books they choose. And so happy, right? This is word board games, but I didn't did it very often. So happy, but learn less. So just seldom use it, but maybe sometime at the end of semester, just very happy and you can choose this one. And sometimes just the same card, you can just change the rules and they will practice a lot, the same vocabulary and don't let them boring, just change the rules and they will learning very, very happy. Okay, so at the end, my project didn't just flat away. I will then every student choose each book, just choose 1 or 2 in this semester, your favorite book, and not just about it. You have to tell me which page you want to learn most, maybe the color, maybe the beautiful drawing paintings, and maybe the one word, one sentence inspire you. And I push them. You have to rememberize or to find which one sentence make you grow up or inspire you. It will have some critical thinking. And this students actually, she's a little emotional problems, but he choose if you give a mouse a cookie. And it's very, very a little philosophical ideas. I'm so surprised she choose such kind of very wisdom picture books. And boys always are very naughty and love interesting and jokes. So Slurp is a frog stories and always funny. To eat flies have many, many rescues. And I think girls and boys love it. And you see the right pictures because he want to share his students and the other students After introducing by him, he will read this book. And can you borrow me this book? I love it. So share and your students learn more. Okay, and the last one is a learning is not very good, but he chose a very, very good. It's a trees and the leaves. I asked him, why you choose these books? He said, I love nature. So he can use nature, this word. And on the right side, he choose, I love planet. He want to be an astronaut. So don't just ignore your remedial students. Maybe they can memorize little words, but they learn more. Okay, these students impressive and also inspire me. I teach him how to pick a picture book, but he saved my life. You know that such kind of students always encourage the educator's life, and he enlightened me because these students choose every kind of books related to caterpillar. You can see that, and you will see that he is very amazing and impressive. Why? I will show you. After he review and read this about the picture and the caterpillar from change into the butterfly, and he can even tell a story about a caterpillar into butterfly. And what surprising me is that he told me that this caterpillar encouraged me because I find that when a caterpillar, he needs to chewing a lot of leaves and to experience such kind of life circle, I know that life is not so easy. I need to study and work hard. Wow, amazing. So you can see that my students study so hard because he want to learn more about caterpillar. Okay, reflection, inspiration, and maybe then your students can feel 5 senses and choose one page which can interest her or she, and wrote one PowerPoint and type your inspiration sentence and read it and explain it and present it, and you will be more confident. Okay, students, through this presentation, they all become much more confident. Okay, so you will see every student have do their homework, and even just the one PowerPoint, they will type very, very hard. But I will have some patience for my students. I will wait for them. Maybe this time cannot finish, maybe next time. Okay, that's to conclusion. Although my country's distant teaching environment and experience have gradually matured, the outbreak of epidemic has forced the schools, teachers, and students to use more online resources and distant teaching. How to show the advantages of distance teaching, reduce the trouble of youth to achieve good teaching quality and learning effectiveness, and to reduce parents' anxiety. It is worth exploring important topics discussed. Okay, so as an educator, create more learning opportunities for your students. The thing of this issue is a problem and the countermeasures of distant teaching, from the basic infrastructure, regulation, formulation, teaching quality, learning effectiveness, etc. It is hoped that distance teaching can become a more perfect teaching implementation method and open up new learning opportunities. Thank you so much. And thanks for your intention. And thanks IIU and Irina. Thanks for your invitation. Thank you. Bye-bye.